This is what the America First policy looks like in practice. The 27 member states of the European Union have been subjected to new US tariffs.
We've been treated very unfairly by Canada. We've been treated very unfairly by Mexico. But we've been treated very unfairly by every country all over the world. The European Union is horrible, horrible. And we're going to get it back.
As of 5 a.m. Polish time, 25% tariffs on steel and aluminium imported from the European Union to the United States are in effect. Previously, similar restrictions affected Canada and Mexico. The European Commission has already announced retaliatory measures.
Our countermeasures will be introduced in 2 steps, starting with April 1st and fully in place as of April 13th. In the meantime, we will always remain open to negotiations. We firmly believe that in a world fraught with geo-economic and political uncertainties, it is not in our common interest to burden our economies with such tariffs.
The value of the tariffs to be imposed on US goods will amount to 26 billion euros. The first to be added to the list of tariffs will include bourbon, jeans, motorcycles, boats and peanut butter. After the 13th of April, American agricultural products, beef, poultry, nuts, eggs, dairy, sugar and vegetables will join them. At the same time, the European Commission is hoping to diffuse the situation through diplomatic channels before the trade war starts in earnest.
We want to have a constructive and positive relationship with the United States of America, and therefore I would highlight once again that our doors are opened for constructive engagement. We are absolutely convinced that no one wins from tariffs.
Economists point out that the United States has been losing out on existing trade terms, mainly due to European Union's VAT. When the European Union exports something to the United States, whether you sell a product of ours from the European Union, there is no additional tax imposed. And when goods come from the United States to the European Union, they are still subject to VAT, so it is more difficult to locate these products and export them to the European Union. The United States says, listen, for us this VAT of yours is actually a customs tax, and it amounts to 23% in Poland, for example. Of the EU countries, Germany was the largest exporter of steel and aluminium to the United States, and it is our Western neighbours that will be hit hardest by Donald Trump's new tariff policy. If tariffs are imposed now, it will do the most damage to the American economy, but in the long run, it will also hurt many other countries. The US president's goal is to increase production in his own country. Therefore, while the tariffs will hurt consumers on both sides of the Atlantic at first, they may ultimately benefit Americans. It seems to me that in the long term, the United States will benefit, and this tariff war will be won. Why? Because they have both cheap oil and gas if production increases there. Donald Trump aims to ensure that his country does not become an industrial desert. Europe is already an industrial desert. And it's not US tariff policies of one kind or another that are to blame for this, but horrendous energy prices, which are mainly a result of the European Union's ETS tax.